you clicked on this video because you're thinking about getting a dog or a puppy soon, and there's a lot of questions that go along with that. So every dog deserves a loving and a welcoming home environment, and every family deserves a dog that fits their lifestyle. So when you're welcoming a dog into your family and you're making that decision, you have to remember what a big decision it is and whether you want a loyal Labrador, a mini golden retriever, or maybe a feisty Chihuahua. Everyone has their unique qualities. On the other hand, every family is unique, and some families love to travel, some are more stay-at-home families, and some families are very busy with work. So when you decide to welcome a dog into your home, it's important to get the right dog for you. My name is Heather Gibson with Big Hearted Breeders, and I've been breeding for over a decade, and we specialize in breeding emotional support animals in the highest standards possible. And today I wanted to share with you so that you can make an informed decision how to best pick a breed for your family. And I've seen several families that have made choices that in the end weren't the best for them. For example, I have a friend that had a husky. She loved the look of the husky. It was a beautiful dog. The problem was she didn't realize that huskies love to run, and that they get out a lot, and that they even like to hunt. Unfortunately, they realized after the dog got out several times and got lost in the neighborhood that it wasn't the right dog for them. So what I'd like to do is share with you 9 questions to ask so that you make the right decision the first time. The first question is, what is your budget for a dog? You have to remember that a breeder that does breeding right is going to be more expensive than a breeder that doesn't. There's a lot of expensive tests that go into breeding properly, and so it costs more to get a dog that's had all its health testing done, and that they're really being careful with their lines, and that it's raised right. So when you look at what you want to think about, what's my budget for this dog? Remembering that sometimes by paying more up front, you're going to save more money over time, and that your dog may be healthier and live longer. Question number 2 is, how much time can you dedicate to training and exercise? Each breed of dog is so different, and some of them really require a lot more time and effort in order to have them not have those annoying behaviors where they're getting into trouble because they're bored and they need more things to do. Question number 3 is, what are the lifespan and the health of your breed? So every breed has some health issues. You're going to want to research and find out what they are, and also how long they're expected to live, and make sure that you can make that commitment, both for the vet bills and such for whatever health issues they might have, as well as that you're willing to care for them as long as they live. Question number 4, are you looking for a guard dog or a companion? So that's very different dogs, and you have to realize they have very different temperament. And so you can have guard dogs that can be on and then are more loving, but it's not going to be the same as a golden retriever who is all over you, who always wants to be loved and hugged and really get that attention. It can be the same with service dogs. You have to remember, with service dogs, they need to be on, alert, and ready to tell you, for example, if you have a drop in blood sugar. And because they always need to be on, they're going to have a little bit more energy, and they're going to need a little bit more mental stimulation on a regular basis. Question number 5 is, how important is training ability and intelligence? So you'll have a whole range of different levels, again, of where that comes. And border collies and poodles are very trainable, but sometimes, again, they need more of that mental stimulation, because if they don't get it, they get bored and they have behaviors that you don't want in your home. Before we go to the next question, if you're liking this video, make sure you're clicking that like button and then hitting the subscribe button so that you hear about the other videos we're doing. We really want to educate other breeders and clients about how to be the best dog and pet owners possible, and this really helps us out. Question number 6, do you prefer a certain temperament? You have to consider, again, what you're looking at. We already talked about temperament a little bit, but some of them might be more independent and some are more affectionate. Now, independent dogs work really well if you're gone all day and you are working and you come home at night, because they like spending time alone. But if you want a dog that's glued to your side all the time, you have to remember that you need to be home more, because when you're not, it's harder for that dog. Or you need to get 2 dogs so that they have a companion and they're not left alone. Question number 7, are you prepared for a long-term commitment? Again, we already addressed this a little bit, but you have to remember that to really treat this dog right, you're going to need to know that you, at this point in time, feel like you have the ability to care for a dog up to 18, 20, 21 years. And if that's the lifespan of the dog, you need to be prepared to put in that commitment for the entire time and have a backup plan if that's not going to work. Question number 8, what are your expectations for socialization with other dogs? Now, some dogs do really great with other dogs and other people, and some are more independent. So if you want a dog that's going to go out and be very friendly with the neighbor dogs, you're going to want to research and make sure that the dog you're looking at does really well with other dogs, other people, and then look at the age ranges you expect to be around the most. Is this dog going to do good with toddlers, children, adults, seniors? If those are important to you, you need to do the research and find out about that. Question number 9 is planning on your travel and during work hours. So if you travel a lot or you're working a lot, you need a plan in place so that that dog is well taken care of. Again, we already mentioned a little bit about personality and temperament and how that plays into this, if they're independent or not. But if you're going to be gone for long periods of time, what will that dog be doing? If you travel, are you taking the dog with you? Do you have a plan? Do you have a family member that will be your backup so they have a consistent place to go? Or are you going to look at getting a pet sitter? And do you know the costs that that will involve? It's really important to have all those things thought through and figured out before you look at purchasing a dog. And that's it. Those are the 9 questions to get you started on figuring out what breed is right for your family. Are there other questions you should be asking? Yes, probably, but 9 is a good start. And these are the 9 questions I started with to figure out that I wanted to breed mini golden retrievers, which you can find out more about right here. And if you're a first-time dog owner, you're probably figuring out and maybe a little confused about what foods to feed. Pet foods have changed a ton. And because of that, I made a video for you right here to talk about how to choose the right dog food that will help your dog be the healthiest and the happiest the longest. Thanks for joining us.